most of our grade levels. Emotional bullying is a sense of being left out on purpose, being on the playground. All the kids get together to play soccer or to form a team, and they intentionally leave a certain male or female out on purpose. They bring attention to it, and they do it repeatedly so that the children that are left out on purpose, again, are being humiliated, embarrassed, degraded, because they're drawing attention to it. So that one child is always alone and left out, and this can affect them for the rest of their lives into adulthood because it's so very hurtful. And then the fourth type of bullying is cyberbullying, which is done on our cell phones and or our computers. And the lower picture of the girl with her mother, they're looking at Facebook. Something very bad, malicious, or even false has been written on Facebook about this girl, and they're shocked. So of course we all know that on Facebook, bullying has become a terrible thing, and not only are children saying harmful things about each other, but many times they are lying. And one of the biggest things that they're using in a lie now is talking sexually about other people, okay? Especially girls who are very jealous of other girls, or they think that their boyfriend is flirting with somebody else. This is really hard with our teens that are 14 through 17, and it's happening to a lot of females, and it's really sad. So when I go in and I give my presentation, I explain to the girls, you have choices. Just take your Facebook page down. And they may not like that choice, but I explain to them, it's better to take down your Facebook page than it is to go home with knots in your stomach every day and worrying and allowing people to have an actual tool where they can further harm you. So I always recommend that they just take their Facebook page down. So those are the 4 types of bullying. Now, our program is a 3-step program. This is what makes us unique as well. The second step is a book that I actually authored. It is published and it is on the market. It's called The Bully Book. And it is a very simple book in nature. It's for K through 7. It's intended as a suicide prevention tool. It is the story of bullying with soft pictures, but it's also a 40-day journal, which is 2 full months of school. So this can be used at home, but it can be added to a school or a church curriculum. Again, it's 2 full months. It gives the child 2 full months to write down anything that is harming them, hurting them, alarming them, or scaring them. And it's like I tell the educator or the mother, the child may not write down in all 40 days, of course not. But if that child is being bullied and they're crying and they're hurting, I guarantee you they write it down in here on the day that they can't take it anymore. So the teacher can monitor this, or the counselor can monitor this, or the guardian can monitor this. But this is their safe place to go. And then I really love this part of our program. This is the BULL program. Again, as I mentioned earlier, bullying is a psychologically imbalanced striving for power. The student is striving for power through bullying. So with the BOLD program, this is a peer-to-peer peacekeeping program that empowers our students to be the heroes, okay? It's highly effective. And this is for grades 3 through 12. So what we do is we let the students volunteer to become the BOLD. That's what we call them, the BOLD. They wear one of our No Bully shirts. I actually own the trademark to this, so it's ours. They wear the No Bully shirt, and on the back you can see it says, the BOLD, you can talk to me. So the BOLD is easily identifiable by their shirt. They don't have to be in the same grade. They don't even have to know each other. They can find somebody who's the BOLD if they're intimidated or frightened, and the BOLD will take them to a safe place, a safe adult. When I give my presentation and I talk about choices at the end, and I say, now that you all know about being the victim, you know about being the bully, you know about being the BOLD, I ask my audience, how many of you guys would like to become the BOLD? How many people do you think raise their hand to become the BOLD? They all do. They all do. It's my case study right there in front of our educators. There it is, proof. Our kids not only don't want to be bullied, they don't want to be the bully. They don't want it. It's almost like survival of the fittest, okay? They don't want to become the bully. But statistically, most kids that are bullied become the bully so they can survive. So this program, again, is highly effective to put into a school or even a neighborhood to empower our kids to become the heroes. They become leaders. Okay, in our presentations, I always bring a police officer. And I think now more than ever, this is very important with everything that's going on with police across the country. It shows our students that the police are our friends. They're our friends. They're for us, not against us. So it helps them identify that the police are there to be their friend, support them, help keep them out of trouble, and they are somebody that our kids can go to. Okay, statistically, 2 statistics I want you to remember. Nearly 1 million students across our country stay home every single week because they're afraid to go to school and be bullied. 1 million every week. Which leads to our kids dropping out of school because they're being bullied at school. Oh, and 262,000 middle school students are physically assaulted monthly. 262,000 middle school students are physically assaulted monthly. Again, we've looked at this, where bullying takes place, typically inside the school, most often inside the school. Restrooms, locker rooms, gyms, and hallways. And then, of course, outside of the schoolyard and the school bus. Okay. Responding to bullying, obviously education is first and foremost for the youth and for the adult to know the definition, the 4 types, that it's real, that it's worse, what's happening inside our schools, and what we can effectively do to reduce bullying And absolutely, we have to end bullying suicides. As an adult, please don't ever be afraid to intervene in the child's space. Do you ever hear people say, oh, well, I have a teenager and I just don't feel like I should ask her those questions. Or I just don't feel like I should get on their computer and check it, or I should find out who their friends are. Absolutely wrong. They're children. They need us, right? They need us as protectors, mentors, leaders in their life. So please do ask them who their friends are. Have them have their friends over. That's the best way to know what a child is doing. Have them invite their friends over to your house and meet them. Okay, so I don't know how close I am in time, but in closing, I did want to stop and give you enough time to ask me some questions and or to make some comments, and then I want to close with some information for you. But what kind of questions do you have? Yes.
So you're a big fundraiser. How does a post or a department or a district? My name's Laura Chan from Oregon. So as a department or a post or district, how do we get the information to get involved in the big fundraiser with you?
Great question. So everybody should have a packet from me or a business card from me, and please call me or email me, and I will send you our template.
Okay.
I have a complete template on how to do the fundraiser, and I'll walk you through it.
Do you have extras? Because we didn't get one.
I know. Somehow, we apologize. We thought that we had enough packets, and we did not.
Okay.
So I will email you electronically the packet, but you should have a business card.
I do. Thank you.
Great. All right.
You was talking about where the biggest place bullying is happening. Texas is number 2 on the line. They are the number 2 state with the most bullying. Because a couple of weeks ago, a young lady, 14 years old, in Alpine, Texas, she went to shoot and kill her bully. And when she found out that she was getting ready to shoot the wrong bully, she went into the restroom and shot herself in her head. She had not too long moved into that town in Texas, and they began bullying with her on the first day of school.
Yeah.
And she left a note to her mother saying she couldn't take it anymore, and she had talked to the teacher, and the teacher didn't believe her because the young lady that was bullying her was a cheerleader. And the teacher told her that this young lady I don't believe that this young lady would do this.
Okay. I hear this all the time. Thank you very much for that story. I hear this all the time. If you can see the yellow highlighted section of this slide, bullying is reduced by 50% when a school brings in a professional presentation. That's an amazing statistic. So my belief is that every school district in the country should have to have an anti-bully presentation in their school. They should have to offer it to all of their students. It just breaks my heart every time I hear that a teacher did not believe it. These kids cannot slip through the cracks. That cannot happen. And she brought up another point. Many times when a student comes in as a new student, other kids are jealous of them for some reason I don't know. Their looks or where they came from or their monetary status or whatever. But many times bullying takes place because of jealousy. Yeah. Who else? Yes.
Jody Pajak, District, Massachusetts. Last year, we sponsored an anti-bullying gentleman to come in, Wayne Soares, to speak to one of our school districts. Unbeknownst to us and the school, there was a young man that was in dire straits, was at that point, had wrote his letter, planned his demise, And this gentleman came in and spoke to the school, empowered the school, got some kids to be the bulls, and consequently, that kid is thriving now, his grades are up, and as you said there, 50% reduction in bullying, because the other kids see it, they don't want it to happen. And it's a very good idea and a very good use of your funding, if you have it, to find somebody to come in and speak.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a comment. Perhaps Bull Durham from North Carolina, believe it or not. My last name is Durham. Bull Durham. Perhaps your new fight should be at a national scale in Congress, perhaps that you're trying to get this mandated in the school system. Being that I still have school-age children, I have a middle schooler and a high schooler, to get this kind of type of course mandated.
Yes.
You know, we're going to go back to our own grid square, and we're going to educate our area, but to affect nationwide, because we're fighting the media, as you stated,
Yes.
and that's the struggle.
Yes.
There's a lot of bullying on ABC, CBS, you name the acronym, and that's where it starts. It's even on Nickelodeon channel, and it's on Disney Network. You know, my children watch that stuff. You know, and so again, I think your fight, being that you have a national platform now, is at the next level, and then we can get it down to the user, you know, to that third grade classroom.
Yes, thank you. Well, I would love to go to Washington and fight this, so, yeah. I would definitely do
Don't love
that.
to do it.
It takes funding.
Go,
Takes funding.
go to your representative in your state.
No.
You start from there. If you go there and let them know what you want to do. And the reason I said you could do that, because when I heard that if I died, my husband would have to start paying property tax, because he's not paying any now because I'm 100% disabled veteran, I took it to the Hill in Texas. And I told them they needed to write a bill. And as all of you know, the bill was brought to Washington, D.C., and it was brought from Texas, because I felt that strong about it, because I said, why should my husband have to pay property tax if the good Lord decides to take me, when we both worked for what we had? So you start there.
We'll work on that.
Okay?
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. In closing, I would like to tell you two ways that you can actually support Angels and Doves in very unique ways. I think you'll like this. Number one is, if you go to angelsanddoves.com, and you can even do it now if you just so desire. If you go to angelsanddoves.com, on the donate page, there's a pretty picture of the Caribbean. And when you click on that pretty picture and you follow the prompts, we actually are able to give you travel money for you to use on the next trip that you take. And not only that, but when you go through all the prompts and you hit the little green box that says finish or complete, it helps support us. It's a fantastic program. So I urge all of you to do that, because again, you're getting $50 to use towards your travel. At the same time, it helps raise some money for us so that I can travel and go to schools. Now the other way is by this product that you see on the bottom. It's called Microwave Magic. It's a brand new product. And we have set this up so that it can be used as a fundraiser for the American Legion. So again, pretty cool. You go to that site, you go to the drop-down box that says, I want to support American Legion. When you buy this product and you click American Legion, you are going to receive $7.50 back to you, American Legion, to use in any way that you want when you buy this product to support Angels and Doves. So those are two fantastic ways for you to benefit from us, and we benefit from you. All right. Business cards. If you've got a business card, if you'll leave it in the wooden bowl at the registration desk, that would be great. Please call us or email us with any questions that you have, and thank you very much for your attention today. Thank you.
Come to the podium, please. I'd like to present to you from the American Legion Committee on Children and Youth Certificate of Appreciation. It's presented to Kim Harvey in appreciation of your presentation during the American Legion Children and Youth Conference on September 17, 2016 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Your devotion to serving our nation's children and youth is an example and inspiration to all of us. Signed by our National Commander Charlie Smith, who's ranked the first row, and myself, Harvey, Chairman of the Committee on Children and Youth. Thank you, Kim, and we're very sorry for your loss of your mother.
Oh, thank you.